As an interior designer, making a profit can be hard. Part of how you make a living, ultimately getting the profit you need in your business, is related to the selling of furniture and accessories and product. But do you understand the difference between markup and margin and how important it is in your business so that you can live the lifestyle that you want and serve your clients appropriately because you're making the money you need to give them the service level that they require? This is what this video is all about. How you can understand your markup and your margin on your furnishings and how you can get confident in selling it. So before I get started, click the subscribe and the notification bell so you will get notified of my future videos. And let's get into it so you can understand how you too can be a very profitable interior designer. In case you don't know me, I'm Nancy Quinn. I'm a business coach and body language trainer, servicing primarily interior designers. I was an art consultant for 17 years, and in the selling of my artwork, I always made sure there was a margin in my product so that I could give the interior designer a little something. And often they would also mark it up a little bit more so they can make enough money in their business to make it worthwhile selling product, right? Why would you sell product if you're not going to be able to become the retailer for that product and actually sell it as close to retail price as you can? And this is the piece that most people are missing. I want you to understand that this is a little bit of math, and people, I know, like creatives sometimes hate math, but here's the thing. If I took $100 piece of artwork and I added 25% to it, and made that artwork $125 to sell to the client, then I could take 20% of $125, right? So $1,250 plus $1,250, 10% plus 10% equals $25. I was able to give the interior designer $25 in the background as sort of like a referral fee. But they also could have then said, is that artwork priced at retail? And they could have marked it up more. I always tell my designers, try to get your prices at or under retail for your clients, but really you're not required to do that. You're acting as the retailer. You're acting like a store, and you can charge a margin on your furnishings without feeling guilty. It's very old school when someone says, well, wait, don't I get your discounts? This is the way the industry was run years ago when interior designers on average were making only $30,000 to $60,000 a year. But if you want to be a profitable interior designer, it doesn't have to stay that way. But it starts with you having the confidence in your pricing and to charge your worth and understanding why it's okay for you to charge a margin and a markup on your furnishings. It's so hard for a lot of designers because they think, well, I'm charging for my designs, and then hopefully you're charging for your project management. So is it called double dipping when I actually charge extra for the furnishings as well? My answer is no, it is not called double dipping, and you deserve to be able to have a profitable business. And just charging design fees and project management fees are not always enough. They're definitely not enough to run a profitable business and live the lifestyle you deserve for working as hard as you do. So let's talk about furniture sales and how you can feel good about charging a margin on them. Okay, so selling furniture. This gets very nerve-wracking for a lot of interior designers because, let's be honest, there's a lot of unknowns. Sometimes the client hasn't sat on it, they haven't seen it in person, and it can be very anxiety-provoking to be the designer and then actually charge more than you're paying for it. Then you feel guilty somehow. Here I am to tell you, no more guilt. Selling furniture is part of your job and part of the way you're going to run a profitable business. So let's do it. Let's do it wholeheartedly. And let's dig into the fact that if you're getting it for 40 or 50% off what the client would have to pay retail, that you are not a personal shopper in the sense that you are required to pass on your discount. You are an interior designer. You are a luxury service. So you are able to charge full retail for your products. But if you want to put your head down on the pillow at night and feel a little bit better, I have no problem with saying to your client, I do my best to keep my prices at or under retail. And if you can keep them slightly under retail, excellent. But don't try to just add 25%, because if you add 25% markup, it's only a 20% margin for you for that product. And that's really not enough. Even added to your design fees and your project management fees, that's not enough to make your business model what I try to teach, which is less clients, more money, so that you can serve each of the clients you actually do take with the highest level of service. Why? Because you're not running ragged. You're actually making enough money to support your life and your lifestyle. I hope that makes sense. One of the biggest things I hear is, or get asked is, well, what do I say when the client says, well, don't I get your discount? And it's interesting because this industry has been so beat up by what has happened in the past that they think automatically a client's going to ask that. First of all, it is not a given. A client will not always ask, well, don't I get your discount? But there are still a large percentage who do. And that's what makes you so uptight, because what if you get that question, right? So, do you have to pass on your discount? Absolutely not. Should you? In my opinion, you should not, because that is part of what makes you make a living and run a money-making business. But if they ask you, again, the sentence that I'm going to repeat over and over again, I do my best to keep my prices at or under retail, but it is not a requirement, nor should you feel guilted into giving your full discount to a client, because then you are not making as much money. That means you have to take on more clients in order to support your life, and taking on more clients often creates a situation where you're stressed, you're only one person, or even your team cannot keep up. So when you're trying to make a little bit more money in your business, furniture is the way to do it, and making sure you're not passing along all your discount. Now, what this really requires is a mindset shift. It is getting yourself out of that feeling of, I have to pass my discount on because they know I get a discount. Number one, they don't always know you get a discount. Number two, even if they do, it doesn't matter. It is okay to say, I am in business to be here for you, doing what I love, doing what you need me to do because I run a profitable business. If you give up some of that margin on your furnishings, you're not going to make as much money. And then you may close down, because if your business doesn't give you joy at all, why would you do it? So if a client does ask, sit in your confidence and say, you know what? Yes, I do charge you at or under retail. I do my best to keep it at or under retail. Not always possible. However, I am in business to be profitable, so I can be here for you today. I will repeat that over and over again. If you watch my videos, you'll know that I feel very strongly about this, because I see so many people working their asses off and not enjoying their businesses because they're afraid to charge what they need to charge. And I don't want that to be you. So I have provided at the bottom of this video a margin versus markup PDF for you to make it really easy for you to see what you have to add to your furnishings based on what you paid for it and how that equates to profit on furnishings. It's a PDF, it's free, it's below, so grab it while you can. My markup and margin PDF will help you figure out the numbers, but I want you to remember something. To be a profitable interior designer, you do need to have a design fee. Well, I'll even start back. A consult fee, a design fee, project management fee, and a margin on your furnishings. All that combined is what brings you to the 40 to 60% profitability for every single client that you want. I did another video on how to make money as an interior designer. We'll put it next so you can listen to that as well. But margin on furnishings is really key to your livelihood, so don't miss out on that. I know everyone thinks they have to compete with the internet, and it is making the industry harder. I'm not, going to bury my head in the sand and not say it's hard for you guys. It's hard for interior designers to make money. But here's what you can do. Once you set your margin and markup rate for your company, then you can go search the internet on a couple of items if you think they're going to be easily found, and then you can see how your pricing held up to that, and then you can make adjustments if necessary. But if you start with a higher margin on everything that you sell and then do your check, you have no choice but to make more money than you're probably making today. So I encourage you to get the margin and markup PDF so you can get an idea of how the numbers actually work and how much money you're making on the furnishings you're selling and how it could be very different. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful today. And again, don't forget to grab the PDF, the margin and markup PDF that shows you how you can gain profitability on selling product, because between the internet and shipping and everything else that's going on, it is getting harder, but you can do it. All my clients are between 40 and 60% profitability once they're working with me for not very long, because it's the first thing I focus on is their pricing and getting them confident in their pricing. So if that is you, reach out to me if you're still struggling, because we always have new groups going where we teach exactly what you have to do to make money. And that's what I'm all about, to make money, serve your clients, and enjoy your business. I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye.